It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Chicago Bears and the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday night.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. But Charles, a lot of optimism here in the Sunshine State about these Jaguars. They're the defending AFC South champs. They won a playoff game last year and gave the Chiefs all they could handle. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft. In his third season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year we got the Trevor Lawrences. So many tapped to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up the ball in youth league. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Lawrence running right on the option and holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
A give running right, ETN. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. On the draw, here's Lawrence. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Hey.
4th down, here's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with the option. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break off big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
On 4th down, Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves.
2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Lawrence. He's got him in, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because
they will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's what Trevor Lawrence I remember coming out of college. Never afraid to tuck the ball and go if people were covered downfield. 2 scores as a rookie, 5 last year. He knows when it's time to take off and put it in the end zone.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Fields on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right?
And I think the ball's out. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Draw play and give to Herbert. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Fields now to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead,
now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Now an option play on 2nd down. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the 2nd half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Well, yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up in.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw is Fields. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 right. Lawrence hit him, the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Bears will get the football back. Oftentimes for these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. They were, but the defense has practiced these situations too.
And just look at it this way. The 2 owners sitting up in their boxes, one is saying, boys, my team well prepared. And the other one's like, I got to talk to my coaches. What were they thinking?
And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of 1st. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Andrew Billings coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And Owen coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Bears. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
He was brought down by Foya Sade-Aluakin. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Hand off right side for Herbert.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Back to throw, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. They've got the two-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking up the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Etienne up the middle. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
Let's go.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Taking it right down Broadway. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
That is intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here we go.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. That pass complete to Moore. Down the left sideline. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now the point after try for Santos. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Hey, run.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hey, easy,
Well, the
route,
elements, the
route,
crowd,
route.
the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This from long, very long range. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And that changes everything here in OT. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
The conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. Scott on the return out of the end zone. Sheds off the tackle. There he goes left side. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So a solid return to the 50.
Now that was an excellent return to start overtime. So do they get crazy and attack the end zone and try and get the 6 points to end the game? Or do you just play it to where you kick the field goal and put the game in the hands of your defense?
And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. First throw in overtime by Fields. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal, coming back the other way.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be fourth down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. With this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Play action. It's Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That's good for the Jaguars.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one.